Hey everyone, and welcome. If you've ever been on the journey of recovery, especially when you're supporting someone you love, you know just how overwhelming it can feel. Sometimes the biggest challenge is just knowing where to start. Well, today, we're looking at a tool designed to be exactly that, a guiding light on the path.
You know, the 12 steps of Al-Anon are this incredible roadmap to healing. But let's be honest, when you first look at them, they can feel huge, maybe a little abstract. It just leaves you asking one simple question: where in the world do I even begin?
Well, that is the exact question a workbook called A Guiding Light was created to answer. It's not just another book. It's designed to be a personal companion for you as you do your step work. I mean, the preface just says it all. This workbook is your personal companion on a life-changing journey. The whole idea here is that you're not doing this alone. It's a guide that walks right alongside you, which makes the whole process feel so much less isolating. So, how does it do that? It basically takes this big, abstract journey and makes it real, something you can actually touch. The workbook is set up to help you connect deeply with every single step, but it breaks it down. One thought, one reflection, and one honest answer at a time. It turns a mountain into small, manageable steps.
Okay, that all sounds great in theory, right? But how does it actually work in practice? Let's take a little guided tour of the workbook structure. We'll just look at a single step, and you'll see its unique approach for yourself. And here's the brilliant part, really. It's the consistency. For every single step, the workbook follows the exact same supportive pattern. First, you get the official step. Then, a quote to get you thinking. That's followed by a really compassionate discussion. Then, it asks you some deep, reflective questions. And this part is so important, it gives you sample answers to help show you the way.
All right, so let's use step 1 as our example. This is the one that for so many people is both the hardest and the most freeing. We admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable.
So, following that structure, each chapter kicks off with a quote to kind of set the mood, to get you in that reflective headspace. For step 1, it's this one. And notice how it frames powerlessness not as weakness, but as a natural result of trying to control something you just can't. Right after the quote, the workbook moves into this really gentle discussion. The tone isn't about judgment at all, it's about compassion. It helps you see that admitting powerlessness isn't about giving up. It's about finally recognizing the truth, and that this is the first real step toward finding peace and making space for your own healing.
And this right here, this is the absolute game changer. This is the core of how this workbook helps. It doesn't just ask you a really tough, deep question. It actually guides you through it by providing a sample answer. Now, this isn't to tell you what to think. It's to model the kind of honesty and vulnerability this work requires. It makes it so much less scary to write down your own truth.
So, we've just seen this framework in action for one step. Now, let's kind of zoom out for a second and see how that consistent structure gives you this reliable path for growth through the entire journey.
And that's the real power here. The supportive, predictable structure. It's repeated for every single one of the 12 steps. It transforms what can feel like this huge, intimidating process into a clear, manageable path forward, one step at a time.
And that consistent framework is going to be there to guide you through all the really big milestones. You know, from the searching inventory of step 4 to making a list of people we've harmed in step 8, all the way to the spiritual awakening in step 12. The support system is built in every step of the way.
So we've seen how the workbook is built to give you a guiding hand. The next logical question is, what about beginning your own journey?
Really, the workbook is posing a question directly to you. Are you ready to walk that path toward healing and self-discovery? But this time with a guide right there by your side to make it feel less daunting? If this approach feels right for you, here's how you can get started. First, if you found this helpful, please like this explainer and subscribe for more. And to get your own copy of the workbook, you can find A Guiding Light on Amazon, or you can visit agl911.com for even more resources.
We'll end on this really powerful quote from the author, Dale P. It just perfectly captures the mission behind this tool. No one has to walk this path alone. And that's such an important reminder that support, guidance, and community are always within reach.